When you hear the name James Harden, what jumps into your mind first? Is it that wild, unmistakable beard that seems to have a personality of its own? Or maybe it's that step-back three-pointer that leaves defenders frozen, stuck like statues on the court. And then there are those jaw-dropping scoring outbursts, games where Harden seemed to light up the scoreboard like a fireworks show. 60 points here, 50 points there, like it was just another night at the office. But here's the real truth. Prime James Harden was something else. He wasn't just another high-scoring guard. He was a basketball wizard who rewrote the rules on offense. An artist with the ball who painted masterpieces every night. Watching him at his best felt like witnessing a revolution. A player who could single-handedly dismantle defenses with creativity, craft, and sheer will. Harden wasn't merely good. He was untouchable, unstoppable, and unforgettable.
You can drop the sledgehammer anytime you want.
Oh, I couldn't describe this for you again. You just have to watch it.
Before Harden became the man, before the beard and the step-back threes took over the league, he was just a promising young kid trying to find his place. Drafted in 2009 by the Oklahoma City Thunder,
The Oklahoma City Thunder select James Harden of Arizona State University.
Harden was stuck in the shadows of two future superstars, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. He played the role of the third option, a spark off the bench who showed flashes of brilliance, but wasn't the guy who took over games. It was a crowded room, and Harden was waiting for his moment. That moment came in 2012, when Houston took a chance and traded for Harden, handing him the reins of their offense. Suddenly, Harden wasn't a supporting actor anymore. He was the lead star. The man who was once overlooked was about to become the driving force behind one of the NBA's most exciting offenses.
Oh my! Somebody give Kent Bazemore a map!
I thought it was going to be...
Oh man, Harden. Oh, he stared at Wesley Johnson and then he hit the three. Wow.
It was the beginning of a new chapter, not just for Harden, but for basketball itself. Once Harden landed in Houston, everything changed. The Rockets built their team around him, and Harden exploded into an offensive force like no other. What made Prime Harden so special wasn't just his scoring ability, it was his entire approach to the game. He combined slick ball handling, impeccable footwork, and the most deadly scoring arsenal the league has seen in years. Harden wasn't just shooting threes, he was breaking down defenses, creating space where none existed, and controlling the flow of the game like a seasoned conductor leading an orchestra. Watching him was mesmerizing, his eyes constantly scanning, his dribble hypnotic, and his shot release almost telepathic. Defenses were scrambled, often helpless, because Harden wasn't playing by their rules, he was rewriting them on the fly. If you want to talk about Prime Harden, you have to start with the step back. This move became Harden's calling card, his signature weapon, and a nightmare for defenders. On paper, it's a simple maneuver. Dribble forward, pause, and then step back to create space for a clean shot. But Harden's mastery went far beyond the basics. His footwork was flawless, his hesitation perfectly timed, and his ability to sell contact was borderline deceptive. You'd see defenders trying to close out, arms flailing, only to get caught flat-footed, as Harden smoothly pulled up and let it fly. That step back wasn't just a shot, it was a statement, a moment that shifted momentum, crushed spirits, and filled highlight reels.
See the Kings defense, it's like a boxing one.
Harden is fouled. Another one for James Harden.
Or he could drive on you.
James Harden! What an all-American move.
Young players across the globe studied that move, trying to mimic the magic that made Harden one of the deadliest shooters in the NBA. But Harden's genius didn't stop with his shooting. One of the most underrated parts of his game was his ability to draw fouls, and I mean like no one else. Harden turned getting to the free throw line into a science. He didn't dive or flop. Instead, he perfected subtle shifts of balance, slight nudges, and masterful cells of contact that convinced referees to blow the whistle time and time again. During his peak, Harden routinely averaged over 10 free throws attempts per game, numbers that made defenders want to pull their hair out. It was maddening because even if defenders played tight, Harden found a way to make contact, get the call, and convert easy points at the line. This wasn't just scoring, it was manipulating the game's physics. Harden's foul drawing ability became a weapon so powerful that teams had to adjust their entire defensive approach just to avoid putting him on the line. Now let's talk about those peak years, 2017 through 2019. Harden's prime during this stretch was nothing short of historic. In the 2017-2018 season, he averaged a staggering 30.4 points per game. But what made it crazy was how efficient he was doing it. Harden wasn't just chucking up shots, he was making them. Over 44% from the three-point line on almost 11 attempts per game. That's a video game level shooting at NBA volume. Then there was that iconic 60-point explosion against Orlando, a night where Harden put up a scoring clinic, torching the Magic's defense with pull-ups, step-backs, and drives like they were standing still. And the craziest part, that game wasn't an outlier. Harden scored 40 or more points 30 times in that season alone.
Out of the lane now, Harden turns around that pick, takes it to the middle, throws it up and in. Shot clock at 4 seconds, down to 3. Harden's going to have to take a shot. He puts it up, and it goes! Harden steps back, fires, goal!
Night after night, he carried the Rockets with relentless scoring, mixing, fadeaways, threes, floaters, and thunderous dunks, all while averaging nearly 9 assists per game. That man was a walking offensive highlight reel. If you thought Harden was only about putting points on the board, you're missing half the picture. His court vision and passing ability were elite, turning him into a dual threat on offense. Averaging close to 9 assists per game during his prime, Harden wasn't just scoring, he was dismantling defenses with his passes. Whether it was threading the needle to Clint Capella rolling to the rim, or finding shooters on the perimeter, Harden's playmaking added another layer to his dominance. You could see it in the way defenses scrambled to cover every angle, unsure whether Harden was about to dish or shoot. His handles were silky smooth, and he knew exactly when to slow the pace or push the tempo. Harden wasn't just a scorer, he was the engine that powered the Rockets' offense. Prime Harden didn't just light it up in easy games. He showed up in the moments that mattered most. Take the 2018 Western Conference Finals. Against the juggernaut Golden State Warriors, Harden was Houston's rock, dropping 32 points in Game 1, another 32 in Game 2, and then a scorching 41 in Game 3. Even though the Rockets eventually lost a heartbreaker in 7 games, Harden's performance was a statement. He was fearless, pulling up over the best defenders in the world, driving hard to the rim and hitting clutch shots that kept Houston alive in the series. Those games were Harden's coming out party on the biggest stage, proving he could carry a team against the league's best. He was relentless, a guy who refused to back down, who took over every crunch time possession like it was his destiny. What truly set Prime Harden apart was the seismic impact he had on the NBA. Suddenly, every team had to rethink how to guard the step back three and how to deal with the player who could draw fouls at will. Coaches poured over game tape trying to crack the Harden code. How do you stop a guy who can score from anywhere, beat you off the dribble, and get to the line at an unprecedented rate? Harden's style accelerated the league's move towards pace and space basketball, emphasizing spacing, shooting, and quick decisions. He blurred the lines between scorer and playmaker, forcing defenses to stretch thin and adjust their strategies. His influence rippled through every level of the game, inspiring a generation of young guards to blend creativity, craft, and volume shooting. Harden wasn't just a player, he was a blueprint for the modern NBA offense. Behind the flashy moves and scoring explosions was a relentless worker. Harden didn't get to prime status by chance. He put in countless hours in the gym, fine-tuning his shot, studying film, and perfecting every aspect of his craft. The criticism about his defense or his off-court image never shook his focus. Instead, it fueled him. You could see it in his demeanor, quiet, focused, and almost methodical. Harden approached basketball like an artist perfecting his masterpiece. Every move deliberate, every shot practiced. That grind, unseen by many fans, was the backbone of his greatness. The beard might get all the attention, but the work ethic earned the respect. Part of what made Harden's prime so compelling were the battles he waged against some of the NBA's fiercest rivals. Whether it was facing off against Golden State Warriors' dynasty, or dueling with defensive-minded stars like Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, Harden never shied away from a challenge. Those playoff series were a showcase of his killer instinct, his ability to elevate his game under pressure. Every possession became a chess match, and Harden was always thinking 2 moves ahead. He battled through double teams, physical defense, and high-stakes moments like a true competitor. Those rivalries defined his era and cemented his place among the game's elite. While Harden's individual brilliance was undeniable, Prime Harden also knew how to make those around him better. His ability to draw defenders opened up opportunities for teammates like Clint Capella, Eric Gordon, and PJ Tucker to thrive. Harden's passing wasn't just flashy, it was unselfish and precise, creating easy buckets that boosted the entire Rockets offense. When Harden was on, the whole team looked sharper, more dangerous. He wasn't just a scorer, he was the catalyst. His leadership, sometimes quiet, sometimes fiery, pushed his teammates to rise to the occasion. That impact went beyond stats. It changed team dynamics and expectations. No story about Prime Harden would be complete without acknowledging the controversy his style sparked. Critics often question his reliance on drawing fouls, labeling it flopping, or taking advantage of the rules. Harden's defense was also a frequent target, with many arguing it didn't match his offensive prowess, but Harden shrugged off the criticism, focusing on winning and putting up numbers. His style forced a conversation about what it means to be a great NBA player in modern NBA. Was it about pure athleticism and defense, or about mastering the art of offense and controlling the game? Harden made it easy, clear. He was here to play smart, efficient, and dominate in his own way. After 2019, Harden's journey took twists, trades, new teams, and different roles. Some rushed to declare his prime over, but Prime Harden wasn't just about scoring. It was about adapting, evolving, and leading in whatever system he was placed in. Even as his role changed, the fingerprints of his prime brilliance lingered. Every time he pulled off that step back or drew a foul, you saw echoes of those peak years. Harden showed that greatness isn't just a flash, it's an ability to reinvent and keep dominating. His prime might be behind him, but the legacy is forever etched in the league's history. So why do we say Prime James Harden was truly something else? Because he wasn't just stacking points, he was redefining offenses night after night. The lethal mix of his step-back three and his uncanny ability to draw fouls and his elite playmaking ability made him nearly impossible to guard. Harden's prime was a masterclass in basketball craft, creativity, and sheer determination. If you miss those years, you miss one of the most jaw-dropping offensive displays in NBA history. Harden wasn't just a player, he was a basketball artist who made every game his canvas. That's why when we look back, Prime Harden stands out, not just for what he did, but how he changed the game forever. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like the video. It helps more than you know. It pushes the video out to people who haven't seen the channel before. So if you liked it, please drop a like and subscribe, and we'll update you with some more content soon. Thanks.